lately something feels off. You're not sad, not happy, just different. Like you're living your life, but not really inside it. You go through your day, you talk to people, you laugh at the right moments, you do everything you're supposed to do. But deep down, there's this quiet feeling, like you're watching yourself from a distance, like the person everyone else sees isn't really you. Hey, welcome back. And if you're new here, I'm really glad you found this video because what I'm about to share with you today, a lot of people feel, but almost nobody talks about. And by the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly why this is happening to you, and more importantly, what to actually do about it. So stay with me. This one's important. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you genuinely looked forward to something? Not just scrolled to something, not just watched something to pass the time, but actually felt real, deep excitement about your own life. Think about it, because here's what I'm noticing, and maybe you're noticing it too. Things that used to make you happy don't really hit the same anymore. Hobbies you used to love, you haven't touched them in months. People you used to love talking to, the conversations feel kind of empty now. You wake up, you check your phone, you scroll, you watch, you go through the motions. And at the end of the day, you lie in bed and think, what did I even do today? Who even am I right now? And the worst part, you can't explain it to anyone. Because you're not depressed, you're not broken, there's nothing technically wrong in your life, but something is just off, and nobody around you seems to get it. Here's the thing. That feeling has a reason, a real scientific reason. And once you understand it, everything starts to make sense. Let's start with the first thing that's happening inside your brain right now. Your brain is overloaded. And I don't mean that in a vague, poetic way. I mean it literally, biologically. Think about how much content enters your brain on any given day. You wake up, phone, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, a podcast in the car, emails, texts, news, reels, more reels, a random video about someone's apartment tour, another one about some drama you don't even care about. By noon, your brain has processed more information than people in the 1800s consumed in an entire year. Your brain was not built for this. It was built for slow, quiet, natural environments where there was time to process thoughts, sit with feelings, and just exist. But now, there's no silence. There's no downtime. Even when you're relaxing, you're consuming. And here's what happens when your brain never gets a break. It stops being able to hear itself. Your own thoughts, your own feelings, your own desires. They get buried under the avalanche of other people's content, other people's lives, other people's opinions. You're not disconnected from yourself because something is wrong with you. Your brain isn't broken, it's just overloaded. And that's actually hopeful because it means this is fixable. But first, let's talk about the second thing happening. And this one is a little more subtle. You've probably heard of dopamine. It's the brain chemical that makes you feel pleasure, motivation, excitement. And here's the thing about dopamine. It works on contrast, meaning the way your brain decides something is exciting is by comparing it to everything else. If everything around you is average, one interesting thing feels incredible. But if you're constantly feeding your brain high stimulation content, fast videos, loud music, dramatic stories, instant entertainment, your brain raises its baseline. It recalibrates. And suddenly, normal life feels boring. A conversation with a friend feels slow. A walk outside feels pointless. A book feels impossible to focus on. Even watching a 2-hour movie feels like too much commitment because your brain has been trained to expect a new hit every 8 seconds. And real life doesn't work like that. Real life is slower, it's quieter, it takes time for things to feel meaningful. But when your brain's reward system has been running on overdrive, you can't feel that meaning anymore. You lose the ability to enjoy ordinary things. And that's terrifying, because ordinary things are most of life. When everything feels exciting, nothing actually feels meaningful. Let that land for a second. because this is why you feel disconnected. Not because your life is bad, not because there's something wrong with you, but because your brain's reward system has been hijacked quietly, gradually, without you even realizing it. And that brings us to the third thing. And honestly, this one hit me the hardest when I first understood it. Every single day, you are watching other people live their lives. You watch someone's morning routine, someone's fitness journey, someone's relationship, someone's success story, someone's aesthetic apartment, someone's travel vlog. And your brain, your incredibly powerful pattern-seeking brain, is constantly comparing. Not always consciously, not always obviously, but subconsciously, quietly, it's running comparisons all day long. Their life versus your life, their body versus your body, their ambition versus your ambition, their happiness versus your happiness. And over time, slowly, you start losing track of what you actually want. Because you've spent so much time inside other people's lives, you forgot to live inside your own. You stop knowing what makes you happy because you've been watching what makes other people happy. You stop knowing what you believe because you've been absorbing what other people believe. You stop knowing who you are because you've been so busy watching who everyone else is. And one day you wake up and you feel this strange, hollow feeling, like you're a character in someone else's story. That feeling has a name. It's called identity drift. And it happens so slowly, so invisibly, that most people never even realize it's happening. You slowly stopped being yourself without realizing it. And that's not a character flaw. That's not weakness. That's just what happens when you spend years inside a machine that was literally designed to pull your attention away from yourself. I want you to really hear this, because I think a lot of people watching this video right now have been quietly carrying this feeling and blaming themselves for it, thinking they're lazy, thinking they're ungrateful, thinking maybe they're just not built for happiness. And I need you to know that's not it. You're not lost. You're not broken. You're not failing at life. You are a human being with a human brain trying to survive in an environment that was engineered by billion-dollar companies to be as addictive and as distracting as possible. This isn't you losing yourself. This is your brain trying to survive too much noise. And once you see it that way, everything changes. Because if this was caused by your environment, then changing your environment can bring you back. So what do you actually do? I'm not going to give you a 30-step system. I'm not going to tell you to delete all your apps and move to a cabin in the woods. Just 3 simple, real things that actually work. First, reduce the input. Less scrolling, less background noise, less consuming just to consume. You don't have to go cold turkey. Just create small pockets of silence in your day. 5 minutes in the morning with no phone. A meal without a screen. A walk without headphones. Let your brain breathe. Let it start hearing itself again. Second, spend time alone without stimulation. This one is uncomfortable at first, because when it's quiet, the feelings come up. And that's exactly the point. Those feelings are you. That discomfort is your brain finally getting a chance to process everything it's been burying. Sit with it. Don't run from it. You don't have to fix it, just feel it. And third, reconnect with something old. Think back. Before the algorithm had you, before the endless scroll existed, what did you love? What made you lose track of time? What felt like you? Maybe it was drawing or writing or playing guitar or hiking or cooking or building things. Go back to that. Not to be productive, not to post about it, just for you, because that's where you left yourself. You don't need to find yourself. You just need to hear yourself again. And once you do, you're going to realize something surprising. Something that changes how you see your phone, your habits, your relationships, and your entire daily routine. Something I'll be breaking down in the next video. So if this resonated with you, if any part of this felt like it was made for you, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it. Because what comes next might be the most important thing you hear this year.